Today here we are starting our second chapter of Economics class 10 and the name of the chapter is Sectors of Indian Economy. First of all, you must know what is an economy. Economy is a system which tells how the people living in an area earn their living. Means पेट भरने के लिए वो क्या करते हैं, किसी भी एक एरिया में रहने वाले लोग पेट भरने के लिए क्या करते हैं. सो इकोनॉमी इज अ सिस्टम विच टेल्स हाउ द पीपल ऑफ एन एरिया अर्न देयर लिविंग. सेकेंड थिंग यू मस्ट नो दैट इज द सेक्टर. व्हाट इज अ सेक्टर? फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ कन्वीनियंस द होल इकोनॉमी which is based on different economic activities are classified in different groups, and each classification is known as sector. Now the question is how the economy is classified in different sectors. Economy can be classified in various sectors on different bases, and the first base is economic activities. Means the economy can classified on the basis of economic activities. How? On the basis of economic activities, the whole economy is classified in three sectors. First one is primary sector, second one is secondary sector, and third one is tertiary sector. Now the sectors of an economy can also be classified in two sectors on the basis of working conditions. On the basis of working condition, the whole economy can be classified in two sectors, organized sector and unorganized sector. Third classification is on the basis of ownership of assets and responsibility of delivery of goods and services. On the basis of ownership of assets, the whole economy again classified in two parts. First one is public sector and second one is private sector. Now come back to our first classification where the economy is classified in three sectors: primary, secondary and tertiary sector on the basis of economic activities. The first sector is primary sector. It includes those activities which are primary activities. Primary activities are those which are produce product with the help of natural factors. Not totally, but mainly depends on natural resources. The product of primary sector is called primary product because it provides base for other sectors, for other activities used as raw material. Now most of the primary activities are related to agriculture, quarrying, mining, dairy farming, means directly to land and water. That's why it is called agriculture and related activities or agriculture and related sectors. Now our second sector is secondary sector. Secondary sector is also known by different name. It is known as industrial activities or industrial sector. It includes those activities in which primary product of primary sector or primary activities is used as raw material and convert into more valuable item. It is done with the help of machines, equipment, done at work places or at homes and used in most of the machines. That's why it is also called industrial sector. It makes value addition and produce the more primary product into more valuable item. Our third sector is called tertiary sector. This sector does not produce the goods directly. Rather, it helps to produce the goods in primary and secondary sector. As this sector provides different type of services like as banking, insurance, transportation, communication, storage, etc. That's why it is called tertiary sector. In tertiary sector, services are provided in two ways: collective way, and some of the services are provided by the individuals. For example, lawyer, doctor, teachers, etc. Now the interdependence of these three sectors. All these three sectors, means primary, secondary and tertiary sector, are interdependent on each other. They are mutually dependent on each other. All three are important for the development of each other. For example, primary sector, mainly agriculture, dependent on secondary sector for fertilizers, insecticide, pesticide, HYV seeds, equipment, pipes, etc. And secondary sector depends on primary sector for raw material, for the purchase of secondary goods, etc. Primary sector is also needs tertiary sector to transport primary product to the secondary sector. Secondary sector also depends on tertiary sector for getting facilities of banking, facilities of insurance, facilities of transportation, etc. Tertiary sector also depends on these two sectors. So the survival of three sectors depends on each other. That show that these three sectors are interdependent. Now the question is, which sector is playing important role in the economy? Means comparing of three sectors. Now the contribution of each sector is useful for their comparison or what is their role in the economy. How it can be done? It can be done with the reference of their contribution in employment and their contribution in income or in GDP. The contribution of each sector is known as GDP. How the GDP is calculated? This is gross domestic product. This is also called income. That show the contribution of different sectors. Now our question, how the GDP is calculated? Yeah, what is GDP? GDP is the market value of all the final goods and services produced in an economy by all the sectors. How it is calculated? First of all, we know that millions of goods and services are produced in an economy. So it is very difficult to make their calculation in physical term. So for convenience, what we have done? First of all, we take the physical quantities of the product and their prices. Multiply them and get prices with their physical quantities. That gives us an idea how the contribution of each sector is estimated. It is estimated in terms of value addition. The question is how the value addition is done by different sectors. What is the formula? Value of output minus value of intermediaries goods. That gives us value addition. Value addition by each sector is estimated by subtracting value of intermediate goods from value of output. Value of output means price of the goods and services and their quantities taken by produced by different sectors. Now the sum total of this value addition gives us concept of GDP. Means contribution of primary sector in terms of value addition plus contribution of secondary sector in terms of its value addition and plus contribution of tertiary sector in terms of value addition. Sum total of the value addition done by primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector is known as GDP. Now as I told you, GDP is the market value of all the final goods and services. Now the question is, why we take only final goods? Because the first reason, final goods also, the value of final goods also include value of intermediate goods. Second, it avoids the problem of double counting. Double counting क्या है? Double counting is the problem arises when we count value of a goods more than once in the same calculation. That is called double counting and that leads to overestimation of GDP. GDP की वैल्यू इसकी वजह से अधिक आती है जो हमें इसकी राइट आंसर नहीं देती है. Now the question is raised by you, what are the final goods and what are the intermediate goods? So we must know the difference between these two types of goods. The first is final goods and second is intermediate goods. Final goods are those which come out from the production process. Intermediate goods are those which are still under the production process. यानी कि फाइनल गुड्स वे हैं जो जिन पर अब कोई प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस नहीं होना है. इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स वो हैं जिन पर अभी और प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस किया जा सकता है. द सेकंड डिफरेंस इज फाइनल गुड्स आर रेडी टू यूज बाय द फाइनल यूजर्स. इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स आर स्टिल नॉट रेडी टू यूज बाय देयर फाइनल यूजर्स. Intermediate goods are used as raw material or for further resale. Final goods are not used for resale or used as raw material. When we estimated GDP or national income of a country, we take only value of final goods. We do not take value of intermediate goods because it leads to problem of double counting. Expenditure on final goods is known as final expenditure. And expenditure on intermediate goods is known as intermediate expenditure or intermediate consumption expenditure. For example, bread purchased by your mother to satisfy your breakfast need is come under the final goods because your mother does not sell it further. But bread purchased by the restaurant for making sandwiches and to sell it further is come under intermediate goods. Or the milk purchased by you for having a cup of tea comes under final goods because you will not resell it further. But the milk purchased by tea shop for selling it further in form of tea comes under intermediate goods because your milk is used as raw material. Now the question is, what is the change in pattern of the contribution of each sector in the economy? All the sectors will not play the same role in the economy. They may have variation in their role. They may have difference in their contribution. How it comes to know? It was not same in the past that in today the service sector is important, but it was not so important in the beginning of the development in different developmental countries or in developed countries. For example, in the initial stages of development in most of the developed countries, agriculture sector or the primary sector was the most important sector in employment point of view as well as from GDP point of view. But as the method of farming developed, production had increased up to a great quantity. So that became the prosperity of the people and people started to move from primary sector, especially from agriculture sector to other activities. Like as some had adapted administration work, some were for the defense of the country, some became transporters. So different people adopted different occupations, but still the primary sector, especially agriculture sector, was the most important. But after the 100 years, approximately 100 years, that developmental pattern had changed. So the significance of the primary sector has reduced and secondary sector became important from GDP point of view and from employment point of view. Then a time of 100 years, a shift had also taken place from the significance from secondary sector to tertiary sector. So we can see there was a general pattern of shifting of significance of three sectors in developed countries from primary sector, then significance of secondary sector, and then in recent time the significance of tertiary sector. But in India, it was a unique shift. We do not move in general pattern from primary to secondary and secondary to tertiary. The significance in terms of GDP has directly shifted from primary sector to tertiary sector in India. Now the question is, why such importance of tertiary sector is increasing in India? What is the reasons? What are the reasons behind the increasing significance of tertiary sector in India? So mainly there were 4 reasons. First, the development or rise in providing basic services. What are basic services? Basic services are those services which are provided by government for the welfare of people. For example, primary health, primary education, transportation, defense, administration, etc. In India, these services are mainly the responsibility of government, and government is providing them in large quantities. So, these basic services are increasing, giving a rise to the importance of tertiary sector. The second reason is increasing the contribution of primary and secondary sector. As primary and secondary sectors are developing, so they are demanding more transportation, more storage, more banking, insurance, etc. So these services are increasing day by day and increasing the level of significance of tertiary sector in India. The third reason is the increasing income level of the people. As people's income level is increasing, so they are demanding new kind of services like as private schools, private hospital, eating outside. They are also started to move to different parts of the country as well as for their entertainment. So they are demanding new kind of services. Most of the middle class women are working outside, so they are demanding more for domestic servants, etc. So that also give rise to tertiary sector. Result, the importance of tertiary sector is increasing. The fourth and the recent reason is the development of IT sector, information technology. More computer cafes, cyber cafe, ATM, call booths, etc. are also leading to the development of tertiary sector in India. So these are the 4 reasons which shows why the importance of tertiary sector is increasing in India. Now our next topic is, where are most of the people employed in India? As we know, from income point of view or from GDP point of view, tertiary sector is getting its importance in Indian economy. But from employment point of view, still primary sector is the most important sector of Indian economy. Still, more than 50% people working in the agriculture sector, which is the part of primary sector. Why? Why most of the people still working in primary sector? So there are 2 reasons behind it. First, enough jobs are not created in primary and secondary sector. Second thing, most of the people are living in rural areas and they engage themselves in primary sector. Our first reason which says that why most of the people are working in primary sector was that secondary and tertiary sector is not able to provide more jobs. How can we say it? We can say it with the help of example. For example, in India, in secondary sector, production has increased more than 9 times than earlier. But in jobs, that increase was only up to 3 times. Same for in tertiary sector. Production has increased up to 14 times. But employment generation has only risen to 5 times. Why? Because not enough jobs are produced in secondary and in tertiary sector. So, it is the end of our today's topic. One more time, we can recapitulate what we have studied. First, we studied what is economy, what is sector, difference between primary, secondary and tertiary sector, their role, why tertiary sector is known as service sector, primary sector is known as agriculture and related sector, secondary sector is known as industrial sector. Then we take a look how to compare the significance of all three sectors in the economy, concept of GDP. Then we come to know what is the difference between final goods and intermediate goods. Then we have taken a look about the historical change in the significance of these three sectors with the developmental stage and why the tertiary sector is gaining importance in India. Now stay your home, stay safe and blessed. Thank you.